Quick note, there are some minor audio hiccups on my end caused by some malfunctioning equipment in this episode. It starts at about 1 hour, 30 minutes in and lasts for about 5 minutes, but thankfully there is no major plot elements that are missed. All that is cut in the discussion is some instructions for players to roll, and they're able to carry most of it on their end. I've edited out what I can, and it shouldn't make a big impact to much of the narrative. Hope you enjoy the episode. Creation. A world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound, and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is, when they aren't too busy fighting each other, or corrupted by the Neverborn. Now, chills as Aura.
Fuck!
Korak as Lythander.
Man, I can't believe Jules did that correctly last time, but, oof. I'm back from Florida! I lived. Sadly.
Alatos as Gavel.
Ooh, piece of the economy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of the economy.
And
Ooh, piece of the
Gamerex, the
economy.
GM, as everyone else. Be seeing you, Mr. Wick. Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, from the greatest threat creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers.
I just thought of the perfect Patreon add-on.
Okay.
We just make a life podcast.
What is the Life podcast?
That's what we do for April Fools.
No.
Oh no, just like 30 minutes of just talking to each other.
Speaking of talking to each other, you've now singled yourself. Korak, you need to give the recap from last
Exactly
week.
right. Correct.
Alrighty, so last week, on Sunday morning, I woke up at 5 a.m., went to an airport. At 8 o'clock, the flight went off, and after 2 hours, I wound up in Florida with my father. We then took a 30-minute bus ride to a Universal Studios, Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel. The hotel was pretty big, but it was one of those where it was a pain in the butt to walk. Oh, wait, you mean
yes,
about
the
what happened on the
campaign,
campaign?
Yes, the
campaign. Oh, okay.
I was wondering how long he was going to keep it up for, but that answers my question.
Lythander, you're not supposed to break the fourth wall until Sacravelli shows up.
So, basically what happened last time in the campaign, I really don't remember all too well. I know that we started off with the summoning of a demon lord after stopping it from being bound through, I forget who exactly was trying to bind it.
Peregrine, Sage of the Unseen.
Yeah, Sage of the Unseen. I am sorry for forgetting their name.
Oh, it's fine. You just forgot about the other second circle demon.
Yeah. So we stopped that from being bound, and we kind of made a pit fight agreement after about an hour of trying to talk it down. I accidentally summoned everybody and got a god roll of summoning the dragon god, all of which didn't actually matter because I thought we were going to have a big old brawl right then and there, but no, we have to do the diplomatic thing and wait 2 weeks to fight it. And it wants us to finish the tournament arc. Wait, what was that? Tournament arc! Yes, that. We have to finish that, I guess. And then we have another thing that's going on, if I remember correctly, which... there's the jellyfish, which we kind of stopped. Yeah? But yeah, no, that's all I can remember. Now back off to the actual DM, who should be able to remember everything while I just wasted 3 minutes of your time. Congratulations.
Broad strokes, that's mostly accurate. Gavel summoned Obscura, the keeper of one lie and thousands of truths, in order to advise on Octavian's secret witnesses.
Oh, wait, yeah, she lied to me.
Oh, no, that was the truth.
Nah, she lied.
Nope, that was the truth.
Nah, she lied.
Nope.
She lied. Yeah, no. That was her truth.
Lythander's going
You're going
to
through the Cougar
say
Rosswaddle agree
that it was a lie. Yeah.
Cucaracha.
Unfortunately, not necessarily known to you guys right now, Binding not as ironclad as it should be on Obscura. That'll be fine, I'm sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, totally.
Why didn't you just let us fight him then and there? We could have taken him.
Yeah, Sage of the Unseen is currently, gods know where, running away into the ocean because he's a robot, he doesn't need to breathe.
Fuck.
Oh, man.
And speaking of the ocean... Oh, this is gonna be a blessing and a boon for
I'm just trying to get it right. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's funny. Just don't overdo it.
I'm just gonna keep it to the start of the session.
Okay,
because
Don't be a Korak.
Yeah, this thing is really... It has a lot of settings. Yeah, this thing is like over 100 settings.
I would like to play Lahi.
Yes. One thing that Korak, or that Lythander forgot to mention, is that instead of fighting Octavian immediately, our party skillfully decided on a great plan that was definitely completely intelligent and made a lot of sense, where they would...
A crystal ball in sky that no one who is in crystal ball wants
there. Where they would convince Octavian to bind himself to them from becoming unbound. It worked! With the stipulation that the binding is exclusively meant to keep him in one place so that they can fight him.
Also, for some fucking reason, you booked your pay-per-view match in Yushan.
Well, listen, okay.
Which I don't even know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's heaven.
I know it's in heaven.
Look.
I know now.
The initial reason is obviously because I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah! Mr. Funny Man!
Yeah, unfortunately, the Shepherd did not agree.
Look. We can workshop a real reason in due time. That's all I'm trying to say.
This is why you were usurped, you dumb assholes.
It is the porn. We need it.
So, a very angry Essence 5 Sidereal, Mion's former boss, no, he still has a job, unlike Mion.
Nah, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
So, he's gonna make a spare Sky Dome for you to fight, and he's making a Sky Pokeball.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Pokeballs. Forever,
yeah, he's gonna set up Pokemon Stadium for you.
Eat these balls.
Pokemon Battle Revolution.
Yeah, and after the Avengers were assembled, as Octavia just kind of stood there in the ocean, the Heart Eater tried to bodyjack him.
And then he was like, "No, very funny, but no, that's not gonna happen."
It might have worked if the Heart Eater were higher than Essence 7. Because the pawning can only work on creatures that are your essence or lower. Also, yes, Octavian has Essence 7.
What? Why are we fighting that thing? That means that it is over twice as strong as us.
Don't worry, we have an army. It'll be fairly fine.
We'll be fine, they say.
Essence rankings aren't power levels. They're how much juice you have to throw around.
That's even worse!
Listen, that just means Octavian has 20 motes.
It'll be fine. Oh my goodness sakes. It's
narrative.
That's what they all say.
Narrator's voice.
So yeah, Tendon Meshu has put on a bounty for the economy of
narrator's voice.
Now. And now the... Okay, now can you play Despacito?
No!
Despacito. Gotta eat this.
I could put on a MIDI font for you.
Okay, so now to establish the frame of this session, we open as the entire crowd goes to split and search for the Heart Eater. By now, Gavel took a cannonball to the face, so she needs a recovery scene to heal that off.
You'll be alright, boss.
You can take it!
I'm gonna win this tournament real quick. I'm gonna do it for you.
At the moment, Peregrine's gang just seems to be pointing various spears and swords at you, unsure of what the fuck to do after all that. They seem like they're only a few words away from just bolting. Like, they're only barely... somewhere between barely holding it together emotionally and also, what the fuck do we do? The boss just ran into the ocean.
Hold on. Don't worry, I got this. I can be diplomatic. You're welcome! Okay, that should solve everything.
Make an awareness roll, everyone.
That should solve all of our problems.
Okay.
Any
Any particular attribute?
So you want me to fail?
Finesse. Okay.
I don't care about succeeding in this.
Lythander gain a +5 bonus on this roll.
Wait, what? Like,
Oh
plus
my
5
goodness.
successes?
+5 dice.
Oh.
Why
Why did you do that? I'm scared now. Why do I get the +5 dice?
Behind the scenes, Korak wasn't sure what to do this session. I've given him something to do.
6.
Once Oh my goodness,
enough.
6 successes.
Nope, it's enough. Difficulty 5.
Oh. Oh, so I just made it.
You're the only one who
Now,
made it. Oh, excuse me.
What happens?
I didn't do anything.
It starts very subtly. One of them starts to say something, and then he just yawns incredibly loudly. And as yawns are wont to do, it spreads among the entire crowd. About the time that Aura steps forward to negotiate, the first guy who started the chain reaction just falls over. And followed by the entire rest of the gang, all falling onto the docks. Ass over tea kettle.
I will try to shove them all back into the ring.
These ones weren't in the ring
Oh.
before. But as Lythander sees this, you see out of the corner of your eye the glimmer of a caste mark amidst one of the buildings.
So,
You see the very outline of Sozen on top of one of the skyscrapers.
I forget, Sozen is my... No, that's not my ex.
It's maybe your ex. Multiple people are wearing the armor.
Oh no. Yeah.
Sozen's more like a
there's
title
some
at
prick
this
named
point.
Sozen's work going on right there. Also, people are yawning and falling over.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It might be contagious, as they say. But, yes,
Not this again.
everyone who's still here who did not leave, please be careful of falling over from a stupid person named Sozen's cast ability. They're putting people to sleep. Also, brain. Why did my brain forget the dragon's name?
No one's lies that
issue?
uses one more thing to show up right behind Lythander again.
Is that...
Pardon me, could you repeat what you just said?
Oh, so Sozen is putting people to sleep over at the docks?
Liza's gonna kneel down and use her secondary pool of dynastic knowledge to see if she can diagnose what the fuck's going on.
I'm guessing it's a contagious yawn.
Oh boy.
Probably a sleep spell of some kind.
It's definitely
Three
not
successes.
natural. And
No, it's not.
Well-
I never said it was, did I?
3 successes, it's not enough to know the actual cause, but she might find something that, through archive my mentality, leads you to figure out what's going on. They just falling asleep, but you see, it's called on the Isles, and she gives a description of a general, like, lethargy plague, essentially what the Bronze Age would recognize as the equivalent of PCMFS, chronic fatigue. They've just been suddenly been inflicted with, and it's just knocked all them out. They're all fast asleep, and possibly worse.
Oh goodness.
Okay, one moment. Let me go see if I can drag Rajiv's attention. Maybe some wood essence will do these guys some good.
Right.
But it's possible. There wouldn't happen to be a.
No, it's not a...
Now there's this thing allegedly called the White Veil
Right.
Society. It doesn't exist, but if it did,
Oh, yes, you're right. It doesn't
It's
exist.
not a disease.
oh no,
Is
it's
it
a
a
disease.
disease? I thought it was a curse of some kind. Like a martial art.
Whatever it is, she prods at one of them, and you see some flickers of electricity run between her fingers and their bodies. It appears to be something inhibiting the essence flow between their meridians back and forth. Nerve damage.
And suffice to say, safe to assume that our cause is sitting up there, right on that building.
Well, when you look up there, there's no one there.
I hate dealing with sidereals. They always do this. It's so rude.
Liza's going to use one of her Exalted advantages, Prince of the Earth, to, once per session, Dragonbloods can requisition up to their essence in artifacts, because they're the only Exalts that aren't really public enemy to a lot of the center and most of the known world. So they could just walk up to polities in power and ask for backup, and they know to give the elemental demigods some schmoozing.
I see.
She briefly departs into one of the market stalls and comes back with what appears to be a packet of tea. Mind root. Brew some of this, and it protects against mental influence.
That would have been quite helpful.
It's unfortunately quite expensive. This is at least resources 3.
I don't think we need to worry about that anymore.
At least
I don't think I need to worry about Meon anymore.
Is that the skeleton on deck, I assume?
Yep.
Thankfully, their memory fuckery doesn't seem to work after
You gave him a drum set. I don't know what he seemed to enjoy it just fine.
Why do you say that when he's dead?
You'll see.
What did you do something to his soul?
Not yet.
Well...
Not yet.
Yes, no.
It's
Not
complicated.
yet.
You see, we sent him down to, where, what...
It wasn't...
What, I forget. Who do you
It
serve
wasn't
again,
our
Gavel?
fault. It happened...
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. It happened by accident.
You mean it was, Ligier, yes. Yes.
He's with Ligier now. That's all you need to.
I don't know who that is, but
well, it's Gavel's boss, so you know who that is. Theoretically, at least.
oh, I don't. Is that one of the Death Lords or something?
Don't worry about it.
Fortunately, Liza's pool does not include knowledge of other realms.
Thank goodness.
And speaking of appearing behind Lythander, you see a tiny little winged sprite, like a gold version of one of the fairies from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Sprite. I take it and drink it.
Only Lythander sees
flavored.
this. It flies into your hands and whispers in a voice that you only recognize via Archive Mind Mentality. It's heavily accented, like someone from way far up more north in creation. Hello, this is the Projectionist. I need to speak with you regarding a certain matter regarding the bounty that was just declared. I have personal information and may be able to assist in finding this man. For a price, of course, but nothing is free in this world, except maybe the very air. Wait, what do you mean they charge for airspace? Oh, never. She appears to be talking to someone in the background as she's recording this message. Or what else should I say? Meet? Where? You're sure? Yeah, I know that you have a key, but this just seems very out of the way, and it's for him? He'll be able to... Fine, whatever. Just come over here. And she gives a location of... She just gives a location of a spot in the city that doesn't necessarily exist. She gives a location of an alleyway that... that, by all accounts, by the address, it should be, like, in the market side of the city. Like, not too far from Rajiv's shops. It is, like, in between a lot of big food stalls. But you passed through there earlier, and Archive Mind Mentality shows you there's nothing there. Just come here, and we'll be able to tell you more. Only Lythander sees and hears this.
I did not pay attention.
Archive Mind Mentality means your character
that's
did.
good.
Did they?
That means Archive Mind Mentality means that Korak can ask the GM and have him tell him the truth.
Someone, the Projectionist, the person who helped out and planned the tournament, wants to meet with you regarding the the economy issue. And she is setting a meeting place of alleyway that does not exist in the food market.
Oh, wait, I literally forgot that we were in a tournament arc for a second.
That's true.
And that we had to take care of the economy as well.
We have a lot on our plate. And speaking of having a lot on our plate, Gavel?
Liza just, again, pinches the bridge of her nose. Let me guess, infallible messenger?
Yes. Please send help. I'm too old for this.
Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze.
Complete just kind of ignores that.
Tempin Meshu, can you do this?
Tempin Meshu's not there anymore.
Why did she leave?
She has a city to
Yes,
run!
and this is to protect her!
She's the mayor!
You say that as if... Hey! Oh, yes, General, somebody started a war in your area. Oh, that's okay. I have to do the paperwork still. You could have stopped this entire thing. You had the gun in your hand. No, I have to do the paperwork. Instead of solving the problem so you don't have to do the paperwork.
While?
Right. Gavel.
Now, in regards to this heart eater, I believe...
Oh, shit, we have the heart eater, too.
You mentioned him once before as some kind of body-stealing thief.
Oh, yes, they run the economy. I forgot about that.
It's complicated. It's like...
Yes, I would show you nickel and dime, but somebody
not...
killed them.
I need you to... Let me explain this.
Nope, that was a different one that was killed. That was the Abandoned Words curse was killed. One of them is currently a tree who is doing recon.
Oh, wait, Dime is still alive?
Oh. Yeah, Dime is just planted next to the smoking ruins of one of Aurorals' restaurants.
Right. But yes, the main thing I wanted to say is, every part of their... Every soul that they conquer, they can use as a host body. They're like a parasite in that way.
They will also, if you talk about them, get you possessed. And even once you get rid of the possession, it is still embodied into you.
We need to find the original body and make sure that they can't jump to another host. And once we do that, we need to destroy them.
You have any leads on where the main body may be?
We just got a lead on about it by someone. I'm not at liberty to tell you, but...
Yeah, we recently came across something that might be a lead. We're not entirely sure.
She's going to make a social influence roll on Lythander.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You're absolutely certain you can't tell me. I know more about this city than you.
I am absolutely 1000% not certain at all. Please help.
That was her trying to convince you to spill the source of your information, but I don't know if that succeeds against your resolve.
What is that, a 2?
That's a 2. It might, unless you have an integrity of 1 or higher.
That's a 2.
Okay, then
my integrity is 0.
Okay, then if that's the case, then she just stares at you until you spill it.
Oh, you're gonna be staring for a long time, honey. But just to make this short and sweet, so I got this fairy that told me about a street that is not in the city, I guess, to meet with them there, and they have more info on the economy. That's all that I have.
Well, it could be anything from a spirit sanctum to a euphemism for just meeting you in the streets or some beneath or above. Perhaps she wants to meet you in the sewers. Gods know why.
Because I'm a sewer rat.
Though it is impressive they're able to build plumbing systems this far away from the center. Makes things much more convenient when you have to... Well... Anyways. The pigsty coop was a deeply dirty period of our history. This is an issue that supersedes whatever religious concerns I have about working with demons right now. So
is Gavel really a demon?
Gavel's just gonna slowly point.
Oh, that's nothing, Gavel.
To our
Just
cast
look
mark.
at this instead. I point to, I don't know. I point to the moon.
Well, yeah. There's a...
You
Suffice
see,
to
there's
say,
a giant
despite...
tentacle being living in the moon, don't you know?
Suffice to
controls us
say...
all.
Suffice to say,
yeah, cards on the table. Once we did the inevitable flashback to Lythander's exaltation, that's what Luna would have looked like. She would have looked like the moon presence.
Suffice to say, despite our getting off on the wrong foot, it's no secret we got bigger problems these days. Anything you need to protect the city, know that we got your back, and I don't need it. And whether you choose to believe me or not, it's up to you. But I will keep my promise.
Regardless of my personal feelings, as I previously said, we have a bigger threat here. You did mention that I, and at least anyone else with the blood of the dragons, is inherently immune to the control, so that's something at least. I will summon the rest of my heart.
Indeed.
And you see her do the thing you've seen once before, where she speaks, but it's completely inaudible because it's being picked up and carried through the wind.
So, I need to ask, Rex. So, when I activate motive discerning technique, does anything happen?
When you activate what, sorry?
This is a new thing. Motive discerning technique. While interacting with another character, roll finesse plus embassy. Success grants 1 question. Note the number of extra successes. During the scene, you may expend one of these successes to ask one of the following questions. If the total number of successes exceeds the number of available questions, the player may provide additional questions in the spirit of this charm. The storyteller will answer
go ahead
truthfully.
and give me a roll. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Excellency.
All right.
Hold on, Cat. You're obstructing my view.
How dare you tell Cat to obstruct view?
Yeah, there we go. Whoa. I forgot to type in. Oh no! Oh no! She has gotten into the key. She has gotten on the keyboard.
Look, that cat is doing its best.
Oh no!
She's banging out the tunes.
What about Splatoon?
Today's boss fight, the cat.
Unbeatable. I've already lost. So 3 successes.
Unbeatable Pokemon.
Okay, let me know what you want to ask.
So because I'm at essence, because I'm at essence 4, I get this question.
You're at essence
4. Or not essence 4. Integrity 4.
Okay.
What grudge is being hidden in this conversation?
So, I've detailed a little bit about the Immaculate Faith before, but let's go into the Cliff Notes version of what exactly she means, because I don't think I've provided that. The dominant faith and state religion of the Ascenter, the Blessed Isles, the Immaculate Order, back when the whole usurpation happens and Solars and Lunars were killed and cast out of power because they were going absolutely power mad and doing all sorts of human rights violations.
I am a human rights violation. How did you know?
Yes, so the Immaculate Faith arose, not constructed. It just kind of was used to rationalize and explain to people like exactly why what happened of Solars and Lunars are demons. According to the Immaculate Faith. They are wandering souls that possess people and use them to wreak havoc and misery via the pretense of doing good. And even if this isn't necessarily true, this is a religious doctrine version of what solar and lunar exaltation is, of using power to accomplish goals that fall outside the Immaculate hierarchy. Basically, she thinks you're even if she doesn't necessarily believe in that worldview of it, by her upbringing and culture, she's inclined to believe that you guys are inherently incredibly dangerous individuals and she can't trust you ever.
Okay, that makes sense. I was just wondering about that because I thought it was something that happened to her personally in the past that led to this. I thought this was like a personal grudge. No, this is a religious grudge. Okay.
It is.
Man, religion sucks.
Yeah. Like I said, I won't ask you to put your faith in me. But I will ask us to at least respect each other. With what little we got, we need all the help we can get in these uncertain times.
Being as you're the first person I've lost a fight against in 50 years, I suppose I can at least begrudge that.
Fair enough. Speaking.
Also, by the way, I should note that she only looks like she's like early 20s. Even for Dragonbloods, Exalts age very slowly.
Speaking of which, how's that bracket looking?
Last I checked, we were entering the semi-finals. It was you, the Moon Witch.
Who's the witch?
The Flowing Metal. You.
Excuse you. A witch deals with medicine. I am a wizard dealing with spells that deal damage.
I believe you have your terminologies a bit
witches
bit
deal with more
mixed up there,
medicinal.
Lythander.
No.
That shamans
And witches in most
and sages.
She just completely ignores Lythander by this point.
The Moon Witch.
I don't know who that is, so...
The metal woman and the Exigent, the one with the scythe.
Right. That metal woman, if I recall correctly, I had a couple questions for her as well.
How much do I get if I quit immediately?
Given the pact you just sealed with Octavian, I don't know if you can.
I'm pretty sure I can just surrender.
I'm not quite sure.
It's at this point that an acorn lands on the ground next to Lythander.
Yes.
There's a note tucked inside of it.
What does the note say?
If you surrender the tournament, I will be very professionally disappointed in you, Octavian.
You said disappointed, not that it's against, so...
Disappointed is written in quotation marks.
Oh.
We really shouldn't.
Oh, no.
We really shouldn't wrestle.
shouldn't
rustle the bush here, man.
I know. I wasn't the one who made the nut fall, though.
Look.
As I say, that I was the one who made the acorn
I have my
fall.
reasons. Oh, speaking of which...
Yes, you did.
Gavel.
Yes.
How long do you think travel from here to Lygier's palace takes?
That's a great question.
Gavel
Gavel
does know that the closest gate to Malpheus is not too far from the city of Palanquin, roughly over here-ish.
Okay.
Several Frances away.
Yes. Which
10 weeks
Good.
journey.
So unfortunately, it would take quite some time to get there. To
you know
get
what?
To the nearest
All
gate.
right, this is okay. We don't need 10 months. All we need.
Though, if you use that sprite spell, I've heard it can reach between realms of existence. If
Don't
you
worry.
have contact.
Wait, what about Sprite?
The one you just had approach you, the infallible messenger spell.
We'll
I
figure
like
this
Sprite.
out. I'll get that deal back on paper. Goddammit, I promise.
Translation: infallible messenger is a sorcery spell of the first circle. So if Gavel wanted to learn the iPhone the text technology, if WhatsApp existed in creation,
that'd be the way to do it.
I can't use the phone. I'm too old.
Fair enough.
All right. That's fine. We'll focus on one thing at a time. For now, I'll make sure that I remember that. I had to bring back Mion's soul from Malpheus. God knows whatever.
Wait, that's where you sent that soul?
Maybe.
It wasn't our
Maybe
fault.
they deserved it. It was mine.
It
was mine and Gavel's.
Story. And
Well,
and eventually we'll get to
yeah,
that.
we'll deal
But
with
now
one
is
thing
not
at a
the time
time,
that we're
please.
going
It's
to
already been
explain
such a
that.
stressful weekend.
Speaking of explanations, anything else you want to use those questions for?
Did I get any extra successes?
Did you? No, actually you didn't. The base difficulty
Yeah.
roll, so that was your one question,
Yes.
I guess. Alright, so there's a few paths you guys could open into here. You could try going through your own avenues to search for the Heart Eater. You could follow the lead that Lythander just got. You could go back to the war and fight that and just hope the rest of the Exalts in this city can take care of him for you.
So I will look at my merry band of people who were in the ring.
Oh, they're all out of the ring. They all left.
Oh, they all left?
Yeah, when
None of
you
them stayed.
shot everyone out of the ring when
Wait a
Octavian
minute.
got summoned.
Yeah, did they just all leave? Like,
Yes, they
they
all
didn't
leave.
even...
Yes.
They didn't even stick around to find out what was happening. Or
There
the
was
conclusion.
a demon being summoned! A big fucking demon!
This reminds me, speaking of war,
I don't
we
blame
need to figure
them.
out a...
I was going to ask, would they rather deal with the war or deal with the Heart Eater?
No, I was just going to say, we could... we need to figure out a situation about that army we were going to put together to beat Octavian, right?
Well,
Hey,
they
Gavel,
all
is there
left.
Hey, Gavel, is there something on your character sheet you want to use to get a spare army together?
Well,
Let's see.
I was
How
thinking we could just
about-
start recruiting
Goodness,
people,
where is
like,
it?
get the toughest SOBs on the planet, and just put them together.
Hey, Tepid Meshu, would you like to punch someone?
Are you asking?
I can use underling promoting practice to basically to get a small
The one I
group
was
into an
referring to
army.
was League of Iron preparation.
All right.
Oh yes,
The
that
montage
Yeah, howdy.
charm.
that too.
Yeehaw, howdy.
Yes.
Montage.
So let's see. Since I don't think I've used this before, I will read it for the audience. Commit 2 motes per scene with a dramatic scene of drilling and instruction. A group of non-combatants or conscripts can be trained to fight competently. They become a battle group of conscripts and size equal to the amount of people trained in regular drill. As an unrolled recruitment venture, the Exalt may spend a week of downtime or 1 session involving a dramatic scene drilling a unit trained with this charm, allowing her to select one of the following benefits. Each benefit provided by this charm can only be applied to a given unit once. And that is, the conscripts become soldiers, gain 1 additional outnumber quality, or designate loyalty to the Exalt or a target of her choosing as their
And
minor
I think there's some
virtue.
special infernal modes that got added in the final release. Let me look.
I have not looked at those yet.
I will look them up for you right now, because they are pretty
Thank you.
useful. One moment.
That's awesome.
Let's see, this would be... though that's Cunning Warrior Regiment, although that's also really useful. It has a cool Infernal mode. They had a lot of Infernal modes for Infernal... Oh, Demon Blooded Endowment. Mortal units may select 1 additional benefit from below when trained. Soldiers gain the God-Blooded quality, treating the Yozi as their patron. The Infernal may commit a vote to activate this quality on behalf of their soldiers, or soldiers gain the Durant Aegis quality, utilizing the Infernal's essence rating, or gain 1 additional outnumber quality. And Durant Aegis protects them against environmental damage, essentially. It's non-attack damage protection.
Okay. Huh. Let's see.
So this, unlike the Inner Devil's Manifest charm, this doesn't change anyone you recruit's appearance, it just gives them a neat supernatural trick.
Okay.
Like it gives them the
okay.
equivalent of like 1 Eclipse OK effect.
Gotcha. All right.
Like
So let's
a
see.
demon ape super strength, or a Metodes acid touch, or so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. And then, apologies. What were those last 3 things?
You can make them god-blooded and give them a cool supernatural trick. You could give them the
Okay.
Durant Aegis quality for supernatural protection against enviro damage, or another bonus
Okay.
outnumber quality.
Hmm. And then what does outnumber quality do exactly?
Those are like special tactics and abilities that battle groups can use, which is going to be important in future stuff because we also have the war venture to deal with soon.
Yep.
Why do we have so much
see.
war?
Because it's how we are.
I don't know, because this is creation, a world on the brink in the age of sorrows.
So let's see. So could I technically use both the Demon Blooded Endowment additional outnumber quality and then use the initial effects gain 1 additional outnumber quality for them to have basically 2 additional outnumber qualities?
So you're asking for 3 bonuses?
Or no, sorry. Is that included with the original?
Oh yeah, it's included with the original freebie pick.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Then I think for right now, I will just do the gain 1 additional outnumber quality.
Okay, let me double check how. Oh, what's your war at?
War is at 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a shame. If it were a war 5, you could get a free upgrade for. Not a free upgrade. You would need to purchase it again for Divine Army Supremacy to mass rapid speed up how fast you could train people to a scene or a day. In addition to that, you could train units of spirits, animals, or other non-humans.
Okay, well, that just gives me incentive to level up my war in the future.
You would need to.
Say that again. You had a hiccup.
Don't worry, we're fine. All that happened was a bit of charm digression.
I think, indeed. But what did you say before?
Aggression. Cute
You would need to buy the
aggression.
charm again after you get to War 5, but then it would let you get an army of killer rabbits or whatever.
That's so funny. But all right, yeah, I'll just do the the 1 additional outnumber quality, and then I have a new goal in mind as well.
So, who are you trying to aim for? Like, as you're walking the streets and people are kind of running to shelters because they see an army of jellyfishmen on the horizon. A lot of people, non-combatants, are taking shelter. A lot of, like, lower middle-class artisans are taking cover in the mercantile district, like, near the docks. They are hiding underneath the docks or heading back to their homes, running as a few gang members, like, come forth in style in the martial arts stance.
Is there any sort of like cargo movers anywhere by chance?
There is one. They are trying to rapidly move what appears to be a big shipment of vegetables in before the jellyfish folk can steal all their radishes.
Okay. Is it just the one guy, or is there?
It's a
like,
small ship of
multiple?
people.
Okay, then yeah, we'll have them.
So this is treated as tertiary command, so the equivalent of like a few hundred people.
Okay.
So what are you going to say to them as you spend the motes and this magic takes hold?
You workers, you've got the strength to lift tons of equipment, right? Well, how about we put that muscle to more of a war effort? Follow me.
Normally that... Actually, wait. The passive Ascendant Caste, what he means they can't ignore the request. So they think for a moment, look at the radishes, and what kind of god-blooded quality would you like to give these lads? Like a basic supernatural demon trick, essentially, is the vibe of this.
Well, they already have the strength, so yeah, we'll just give them more I guess how would this apply to this exactly? Like,
We could
trying to
figure it
think.
out in between sessions, because I'm not going to make the pool until they're called into combat, but if you want to do that now, we can.
I was just thinking of, since they usually I would imagine they, are a strong-armed group anyways, then just give them more strength.
Okay, yeah, I get a temporary Hulk out mode then, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So as you are saying this, you probably walk up onto the ship and you wait. How this manifests in terms of the game's fiction is you feel the powers of Ceciline call forth from within you, the endless desert that is the priest queen of the Yozi. A swarm of locusts emerges from underneath your fingernails, and they burrow into the radishes. And you know that if they eat the locust-infested radishes, they will gain strength.
Oh my goodness.
But how are you going to couch this to them is the question.
How am I going to what exactly?
Explain this to them.
Oh.
Because you have a small crowd of people like nodding, and
Mm-hmm.
all right, scary woman with the demon sign on your head. What's the first step? Should we sharpen these radishes into spears? No, Jim, we can't just do that. We have to go buy. Oh,
don't worry, you won't need to be doing any of that. Here, just take a bite of this. Both of them, and I think you'll be just fine. You'll get the hang of it real quick. Gavel's going to toss one of the turnips to them that has the locust on it.
Edit for this session's thumbnail is just to put a picture of Gavel on top of Princess Peach.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Preview of what your disguise will be when you infiltrate Kandahar.
Oh, goodness.
You just have to find a mushroom man for you to use as a human shield.
Mm-hmm.
With some hesitation, they eat them, but then they discover that the turnips have been made magically delicious via the locust infestation. So yeah, they all go to town in the turnips, and you can see them pack on what appear in the course of several hours as you are talking with and quickly drilling these guys and running them through a crash course. You see that they are getting weeks worth of buff in the matter of minutes.
Let's go.
Meanwhile, this might take up some of your attention for the next social soon, though.
Good pieces.
Aura and Lythander, what do you guys want to do? Any leads you want to follow?
I'm going to go to the place that I got the ferry from.
Yeah, that idea of just sort
of
heading to the street that doesn't exist. As for me, I think I'll just follow him.
Okay, so you two and Gavel might be able to join in depending on time in a bit. As you walk towards the market, it seems like a lot of people are closing shop early and locking down for the day, aside from the military goods, which are having a vast upsurge in sales right now. They are in fact being bottlenecked by some asshole merchants. However, mid-bottlenecking, the merchants suspiciously fall asleep. Just like the guys on the docks.
Oh, boy.
And Lythander?
Yes?
You see that, you see Sozen's helmet for a brief moment poking out from underneath a sewer grate. And then it descends back inside.
Good, you're afraid of me.
It's the location, it's roughly the location of where the infallible messenger told you to meet.
Oh, don't tell me Sozen's who's the person who sent me that message.
Just shut up and get in the poopy sewer.
Wow.
You go into the sewage grate?
I will go into the sewage.
And the sewer anymore. You feel all the hair on the back of your neck stand up as essence envelops you and crackles around you as space begins to distort and warp.
Oh, not this.
You are now in a very strange place of an entire wall made out of wrought iron surrounded by other walls of iron and what appear to be copper and bronze lines, what we would recognize as piping in the modern world, all surrounding you at all places, and what I can only describe as anachronistic circuitry painting all the walls. You have no idea what you're looking at, but if you yourself went into creation and saw this, Korak, you would recognize this like wall of a motherboard, but as a wall in a building. And looking around, you see that this is an entire apartment-ish size of looking like this.
Alright, well, how big of an apartment?
2 or 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Current living situation, yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, look, you see 2 other people in the room with you. One of them is Sozen, and the other is the projectionist, who's currently reclining in a chair with her cane made of crystals propped up by her side, and she is drinking some variety of coffee. Ah, you got my message.
Yes.
Well, it is infallible.
And then Aura shows up. In the seconds between seconds, before you can even blink, Sozen is there standing right next to Aura, with a knife made of sunlight pointed at their throat.
Easy.
Uh-oh.
Why are you here? It was only for him.
Well.
I don't even know how they're here either.
Well, suffice to say,
How did you even come here?
look, man. I don't like it when you go alone. Well, since the last time you decided to go alone at something, we almost got an entire army turned into mind slaves, so I thought it'd be good to keep an eye on you. I mean, I worry about you. I'm your friend.
Yeah, the projectionist actually stands up and gestures for Sozen to put the fucking knife down. We need as much help as we could get here, and I don't care how paranoid you are. Anyone with an exaltation in them is inherently immune to that shit. It's not what I'm talking about. It's their fucking restaurant chain. They're just as complicit with the ruin of the city as the gangs here, for all I care.
Wait, this is what it's all about? I don't even own the damn place anymore. That was from way before. I'm a free agent now.
You were still complicit in setting those up.
Oh my goodness. Look, whatever happened between my past self and you, I've been trying to get through that. It's my intention to help alleviate it. I'm sick.
This isn't my past. This is not my past self. You in this life are responsible for that. For what happened to me.
But look, I'm always up for hearing somebody out, trying to remedy the situation, you know. I know that Heartless have not Heartless. Solars have a reputation for being heartless and self-centered, but I really am trying to get through this without a fuss. I want to help.
Sozen, or rather the person wearing Sozen's armor, sends it to elsewhere. You see the human-shaped silhouette that is the perfect night cast disguise. And the one thing you could see through it is the night cast solar cast mark on their forehead. From one solar to another, I am very much aware of that.
I get it. But a lot has happened. And I want to make things right. For all of us. That's my intent. You can choose to believe it or not.
You're gonna need a presence roll to do some stuff to convince
this
guy.
I? Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, at least my presence is isn't pathetic, so I can at least do something with that.
This is probably going to be given that a knife is being held at your throat, this is a fortitude check.
Okay. Oh, luck be a lady tonight. Nope.
One success.
Yeah, we're not getting anywhere here.
Lythander, you want to do anything to help out? As your solar mate is holding a knife to your friend's throat.
Hey, calm down here. They aren't going to do anything harmful to you.
When did you get an
In
accent?
fact, since I transformed into somebody who does have one, dear. Now then, let's talk shop here. Instead of putting a knife to my friend's throat, drop it or you won't have my help at all.
Go ahead and give me a presence roll of your own. Fortitude presence.
Please.
With
Please.
a stunt, because...
Can I use performance instead?
How are you using performance in this metric?
Accent change.
Okay, yeah, putting on a perform... I'll allow it. Or rather, in terms of putting on a front, rather.
Yeah, putting on a...
Puffing out your chest and seeming like a big power Chad.
Yes, do I still get the stunt for it too, or...
Yeah.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Please. Kind and full of grace. 7 successes!
Hey, that beats what he boosted his resolve to of 5.
Let's go!
And good thing they're solar, because they went to... Oh, no.
Uh-huh. That applies for NPC solars, too!
Yeah, why do you think I just said that?
He sighs and puts the knife down.
Good
It
dear.
dissipates in the motes of essence.
Good.
Forget and forgive are not the same thing.
I never said forgive.
Explain exactly what your involvement was with the Golden Hawk restaurant.
All right. Well, the Golden Hawk restaurants were a side venture that I was, how do I say it? What's the word? That I inherited from my past self. They were a big, they were big into getting their mitts into just about any source of money that you could imagine. And when I came into being, I inherited a lot of that overnight. I
forgot you were a rich kid.
I was opposed to being put in a position of charge, so I appointed someone. I attempted to appoint someone trustworthy to keep the place running for me while I did what I felt was important for me, which is helping people on site, you know. We're traveling the world, trying to do what's right. And suffice to say, I probably could have made a better choice if the situation truly has gotten as bad as you say.
Suppose ultimately, if the previous bearer of your exaltation is the one to blame for this, then I'll just have to find their ghost instead. Shame I didn't see anything of the sort when I was in the tomb, perhaps. Has anyone else been to our tomb besides you?
Hi.
There was another.
You, plural.
Oh.
There was
yes,
another.
Sky Sundering Shadow.
That doesn't sound like a name a solar would give them.
They are.
They were not a solar. They were
a grave robber.
Yes. I'm trying to remember what their caste was. I know they were.
They were an abyssal.
Abyssal. Yes. Sorry. Thank you. They were an abyssy.
Things that took thorns, but why would they be associated with solar tombs?
They weren't. They were looking for
a weapon.
They were looking for artifacts of great power in order to fulfill some form of nebulous goal. I believe they are attempting to remake the world in some sort of fashion. It feels far away right now, but I sense their intent is serious.
At anything?
What?
Did they get anything from the tomb, or did you recover all
Nothing
of our
we couldn't
artifacts?
recover.
Archive Mind mentality. Didn't they actually take something that we didn't recover?
They took all the Dawn's stuff.
They took all of the Dawn's belongings.
Oh, great, the most dangerous ones.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, but this flask is the most dangerous item of them all.
I appreciate that, but you're pointing at the wrong thing on your hand. He pokes at the ring.
So, you see, I can flood this entire ring with this bottle.
In theory, yes. There's a reason you were killed and it was taken away from you.
Yes,
many
the
lifetimes
bottle,
ago.
I know.
No, the ring!
Oh, honey, you know I jest.
Yeah. This silhouette just rubs at his face and just... Why, I dreaded dealing again with you because of your inability to take anything seriously.
Oh, no, I take things way too seriously. If I didn't, I'd be wanting to kill everyone.
Don't worry. Lythander is, not built for business.
Insane right now.
Lythander's not built for business, but, I can vouch for them when it comes to doing the right thing when it counts.
Yeah, it's at this point the projectionist just kind of picks up her staff and points it at the night cast. So are you going to spend all day hiding your face? It feels like this is the amount of time you should do a big dramatic reveal of what you actually look like.
Well then.
She's gonna make a...
Well, aren't they forward?
And see if she can get him to drop the disguise.
Well, aren't they forward?
This is with double nines.
Yeah, that's pretty convincing.
Oh my goodness.
That is, with the double nines, that's 7 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, very slowly, the silhouette disguise melts away and you see what this man actually looks like. He just looks like a guy. There's nothing supernaturally special about what Lythander's mate's appearance looks like. He looks a lot like if you did a face morph between Korak and Chills.
Oh my goodness.
Our child.
Like, the real life people, I mean, not your characters. So, he has very curly, stringy hair, and the nightcast mark is there, still shining on his forehead. He has very plain brown eyes, and a scar across his face, like running down from right above the eye towards the rest of the face. Just kind of scratches at it. I don't think I caught your name this time.
Aura.
What is this body? What are you called now?
Aura.
Meant Carapace. What is her current form called?
Wait, what? Wait.
Who?
Invincible Moonsilver Carapace is a previous bearer of Lythander's.
Oh, right.
Oh, my name is Lythander, the Seething Moon. Before you ask, the moon can be very seething, you son of a bitch.
Right.
Tilt. My name is Amir.
Oh, Ymir.
No, Amir.
Amir.
A-M-I-R.
Okay, my
Amir.
apologies there. I thought it was Ymir, not Amir.
It's Amir Eschaton.
Ymir Escaflowne.
I put the spelling of it in chat.
Thank you.
Amir
I
Eschaton.
should start doing that because, while Alatos keeps very good notes, as a lore nerd, it's a little irking when I went in there once and saw everything misspelled.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real bad.
They're all very accurate to what's going on, and it's great note taking. Just a little weird.
Right.
Nope, that's not how that's spelled. That's not how that's spelled. That's not how that's spelled.
Why do you think I keep also dropping the names of all the
Strange.
characters for the show?
That means
fair.
Prince.
May I ask what caste you are?
Very slowly points to his forehead.
I don't know. I don't see. You didn't say.
Lythander, you wouldn't have to ask these questions if you paid attention.
Okay, Aura at least would have a passing understanding of what the other solar castes
Yes.
are. The Knives of Heaven, as their fancy sobriquet they are called, are the assassins of the solars. If you put
Thank you.
every
That's all I
solar,
asked.
if you put every solar type to a D&D class, eclipses are bards, dawns are fighters, twilights are wizards, zeniths are paladins, / clerics. Nightcasts are thieves.
Right.
/ rangers.
They're a night caste, Lythander.
Okay.
Been a while since I've seen a night caste.
No.
Although that's probably the point.
Yes, it very much is. And the projectionist just is massaging her own temples. Now, all of you sit down and have some fucking coffee.
Yeah.
Do you have any tea?
I brew my own. Don't worry, I always bring some.
Although, speaking of tea, hey, Gavel!
Yeah?
Did they tell you where they were headed?
Probably not.
Don't worry, I left my personal messenger, and you will find a rock with googly eyes with a little message tied to it.
It has a dick butt painted on it. I've seen this message.
Hey, so this is how we send SMS. This is how I send messages because I have no capacity for sorcery stuff. So I just grab a rock and I place it and I tie a message to it. And I go, hey, Gavel.
You have range combat 5. You could hurl rocks.
Hey, Gavel. Hey, boss.
Oh, my goodness.
Went to some strange place to follow Lythander because I think leaving Lythander alone is a bad idea. Be right back. Promise not to get hurt. Bye.
Wow, how dare you think
Gavel's going to look at the note.
Take care
Mid-trading
of themselves.
session, a rock with that message hits you in the fucking face,
No,
Gavel.
I will never hurt boss. Never.
Oh, okay.
I will, though.
Gavel's going to look at the... Gavel's going to... Oh, goodness sakes. Gavel's going to look at the note. Look back up. Look at the note
the
again.
rock. The rock doesn't hit.
They'll probably get to
The
you
rock
much
doesn't
right
hit
now,
Gavel.
won't
The rock
they?
hits who's somebody in Gavel's army that's like a butt monkey.
Dark-eyed Stargazer.
It hits Dark-eyed Stargazer.
I was about to say.
Oh! Damn it! Oh. Thank the gods I was wearing my hat. Shit needs to get repaired now. Oh, god damn it. The astronomy hat he was wearing with the fancy spyglasses on it took the hit, but it's now broken.
Oh,
Not
come
great.
on.
His telescope hat needs repairs. Alright, so Gavel, you can show up whenever you think it would be dramatically appropriate / funny for you to appear in this scene, but for now, let's go back with the negotiations.
Right.
I'll let you know.
Okay, the projectionist gestures and several glorious chairs made out of firelight
What
show up.
is this place anyway?
This is the home of one relentless Argent Mist, as I understand it.
Rats.
Why did you pick this as a spot again? For him, he says, pointing at Lythander.
Lythander?
Sorry, what was that again? I'm so sorry.
Amir picked this place as a meeting spot specifically for you for some reason.
Would anything here trigger archive mind mentality?
Nope.
Must be.
What would trigger for you, though, is the lunar mode you have of stealing shapes.
What about it?
Sneaking into someone's home and leaving a sign you were there.
This is somebody's house, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we just said.
I know that's how you work with your collection, if what I remember are Carapace's escapades.
I mean, I have nothing to leave as a mark, though.
Hold on.
Nothing at
Hold
all?
on.
I take out my flask and drop a bit of alcohol. There.
Hold on. Let me get you one of mine, Lythander. Here you go. And I give him a rock.
That doesn't help.
I put googly eyes on it.
That's not my mark, though.
You can make it your mark. You can personalize
You know, you really
it.
should brainstorm some kind of signature mark.
Well, I used to.
What's your spirit shape this time?
I carve a pair of goat antlers or goat horns.
You make the Shadowrun logo.
Yes. Yes, actually, yes. I make the Shadowrun logo. The superior game.
Narrator's voice
But
adjusts
no.
since 4th edition.
I think the Shadowrun setting is excellent.
The game, not so much.
We'll get into that after this.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, So with that taken care of, you now have Relentless Argent Mist shape.
Relentless Argent Mist shape. Got it. I need to put that in my character sheet to... I don't know what my brain is doing right now.
What's your relationship?
I apologize.
Why does this only and always happen when we sit down to hit record?
What happens? It's okay. It happened yesterday, too. He fell asleep in the middle of game night.
Oh, no!
Twice.
Well, at least you're awake.
Yes. But back on track.
So,
if you don't mind me asking, what's your relationship with Relentless Argent Mist?
Where would I put that on my list?
Rather.
Would I put it in inventory, or...
Yeah, you could put inventory. Faces. So...
Technically not incorrect.
For Exalt, you have Sky Thundering Shadow, Relentless Argent Mist, and Unblinking Eye.
Who's Unblinking Eye?
The Exigent of Truth, who was doing detective work with Gavel.
How did I do that to them?
You bamboozled them.
Yes.
In a silly little thing earlier on.
Okay.
Alright, so meanwhile, my relationship with Mist is one of business partners. I have a mission I must accomplish in Champoor, and should that go well beyond, and she's interested in assisting, at least in regards to this city.
Does she have any ulterior motives you might be able to assess?
Her sort of magic gives her empowerment from assisting those whom she cares about. This is self-improvement by way of doing good deeds.
Like power stealing?
She's doing this to level grind.
Right. I remember she was doing something like that among the tournament. She would look at she would observe somebody's techniques and employ them against them. So something like that.
So who are
not quite the same thing, but perhaps linked.
Who are the two people left in the tournament, if I may ask?
Relentless Argent Mist and
Straw
Maiden Janice.
Okay. I thought it was Janice. She's the one who can take people's abilities, right?
No, that's the other one.
No, that's Mist.
Ah, yes. I think that was a good idea that I only use my shovel then in every single fight then, right?
Amir actually looks concerned at you, and is everything alright upstairs?
No.
I was stabbed.
What happened?
Yeah,
by a soul
Lythander
that destroyed all my memories.
Lythander was the victim of memory purge, not a couple of...
I was a victim of a drive-by memory wipe.
Put me on space on top of the Men in Black.
What? Yeah, that it's been difficult to get Lythander to remember to piece back their history.
There is no peace within me anymore.
Moving past that very concerning allegation, we'll get back
Regardless.
to it later. And the projection speaks up. As for me, I come from... I am what we call ourselves sovereigns. I come from roughly about here-ish, and she makes a crystalline rough map of creation and points to about
right.
Here.
Oh, yes, the one...
Many continents away. So many Frances away.
Right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you can vote.
For reference, I don't know if anyone here has met anyone from literally the other side of creation.
Not entirely. I think Nue is an islander, so sort of.
Gavel, probably not.
So she lets that sink in. And the reason I crossed this... There are several reasons I crossed literally all of creation to get here. I suppose some of it was just to get away from family politics, because...
Tell me about it.
Not in a way dissimilar from Dragonbloods, as we, as sovereigns, must deal with far too many family politics for
Tell
my
me
liking.
about it.
So I divested myself of that. Though the other reason I'm here is for him.
Right.
You see, my patron was a god known as Cantata of the Depths, but in using the Spark of Exigence to grant us power, he burned himself at the stake and is no more. He depleted himself to non-existence in order to empower his people.
Right.
He is not our only patron. It took a considerable deal of research, but we were able to discover that there is a second god's essence at play. Aurora.
Aurora.
No, Aurora.
Right.
Like the banners you see in the sky.
Right.
Archive my mentality. Lythander, that's the name of the patron of the Aurorals who became the
Yeah, that's exactly what That's exactly what came into my mind.
Of course.
Yeah, when I
wait. What was that about the Aurorals? Who's an Aurora?
the Aurorals were cursed to become the Harbiers by the Yozen.
So it seems we share a common enemy.
It took no small part of sacrifices on my end. I had a retinue coming here who were hijacked by that monster.
Right. The same fate nearly befell us.
Fortunately, you may have to face them in the field of battle. I normally would be able to unmake them with a snap of my fingers, but can no longer do so as they are out of my reach.
Out of your reach?
They're pawns.
Okay, can I get motive discerning technique, please?
Go right ahead.
Okie doke. Oh, I forgot to roll. Alright, that should do it. 7.
Oh my goodness, 6 success. Oh.
Alright.
Yeah, 7
Okay,
successes.
you're getting a lot more information.
Alright, so
from
let me know
Liza.
how many extra successes I got on this.
4 extra successes.
So, total success rate of 5. I get 5 questions. So, where do I start? Okay, first of all, who doesn't belong here?
Hi.
You.
Me?
Yes, actually, Aurora, you actually do not belong. in this.
No, not Lythander. You don't belong
Yes,
here
Aurora.
because.
Aura.
Oh wait, actually, I'll give you a different answer. Actually, who doesn't necessarily belong here is Amir. Like unlike everyone else, like the Heart Eater has struck at your place of business and has fucked with the Deadeye before and tried to hijack them, and just by existing as another champion of quote-unquote of Aurora and a corruption of their legacy, this woman would want her dead, would want the economy dead, but it makes no sense why Amir is personally invested in this.
Right. Okay, so that's the first question. I'll press that first.
Okay?
What? So, if you're... since it seems like we share a common enemy, what got you involved, Amir? Doesn't really...
Is that another... Is that a question to him, or is that asking another one of the...
No, this is a question to him. I'm literally getting... Because, like, these questions are like things I'm inferring, and then I'm pressing them individually.
Okay. He's a horrible body-snatching, mind-controlling monster.
Yes, but, like...
Is that not enough answer?
That's not a bad reason, true enough. But I'm trying to get a sense of your personal involvement here. We've all got a lot of we got a lot of payback to deliver to that pest, but I'm failing a bit.
Well, I suppose if you're being completely personal with me, he's a kill stealer.
Kill stealer? Could you elaborate on that?
I have had a target in the course of cleaning up this city, and when I tried to strike my mark true, he took control of him and had him turn into a giant crystal monster and fly away.
Right, that's true. He can do that.
It's not kill stealing, it's kill
Right.
confirming.
Okay, moving on. Second question. Who's really in authority here?
Amir.
Amir. I would think it's the I would think it's the projectioner.
Well, that depends on what... In terms of overall authority in the area, Amir is in authority in general, primarily because he has enlisted her help in order to do several tasks in the city. She's the oracle to his Batman right now.
Okay.
And you could infer this just by looking at the way that they are giving each other looks, and in some cases using the universal charm techniques to speak privately to each other via body language.
Speaking of personal...
Like Obi-Wan and Anakin did in that one deleted scene.
Speaking of personal connections, how did you two come to meet? Yeah.
Well, during similar circumstances as to what Amir previously described, he was trying to do his thing in cleaning up Champoor, and one of his targets used to be one of my creations.
Your creations?
And then he took control of it. She gestures, and a large bevy of objects just begin to spill forth out of her hands. Fake currency, little trinkets and doodads, little tools and knives, and a fountain of stuff just pours out of her hands, like, in terms of hard-like projections, like Green Lantern just making whatever random bullshit he wants.
Right.
That's what she's doing.
It
takes time to create complex pieces, and even more to create people.
I see.
And unfortunately, it was person-shaped enough for him to be able to use his magic on it.
But Amir was trying to kill them before they were possessed. Is there a particular reason why?
He killed them before he realized they were possessed.
Right, so they got possessed prior. And that's yes. What caused Amir to hunt them down, so to speak. I see.
Half the crime of... It feels like a third of the crime I've purged in the city nowadays comes back to that one fuck with the crystal.
That's correct. It's probably correct, unfortunately. That little cockroach has a way of spreading around. We'll figure out a way.
Do you have any means of keeping him confined once we nail him to the wall?
And I try to remember having this conversation with Octavian, because I remember I remember we had a conversation with somebody that told us we need to keep him from leaping to another body.
Obscura.
Yes. She said something about containing him somewhere where no one can hear him? Right?
Archive mind mentality. Partially that, and if you kill a Heart Eater within range of one of their pawns, they become the next Heart Eater.
So, essentially, the trick is...
Although, that's what Lythander knows. I don't know if Aura puzzled that out.
So, Lythander, do you remember?
What?
If you kill a Heart Eater within range of their pawns, the pawn becomes the next Heart Eater.
Oh,
That's why you have to isolate them.
Okay. So we have to put them into a test tube and burn them alive with acid. Got it.
We have to isolate them, is what Lythander is trying to say. Because if we kill a Heart Eater within range of their pawn, the soul jumps to that body, and they become the next Heart Eater.
Wait,
which soul are you referring to?
The soul of the Heart Eater.
It's like
Archive my mentality. The exaltation is what does the jumping if the hard eater.
Right. It's like it's the drop. It's you know how there's a. You know how in a vehicle there's a driver and passengers?
What's a vehicle?
You know,
wait, yes,
yeah, we have...
We had those back in the
we
first
have
stage.
vehicles. Anyway, you know how in a vehicle there's a driver and there's passengers?
Yes, I've seen chariots before.
If you break the chariot, even if the passengers die, the driver stays safe. And he goes on to the next chariot. And takes over that one.
I see.
Anyway, back to my questions. Which of these would be most interesting? Kind of feel like polling you on this, Rex. I got a couple of options here.
Okay.
What do I have that someone here wants? Is that an interesting question?
You know what? Yeah, that could be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. So what do I have that someone here wants?
It's not necessarily what you have right now. I'm going to put a spin on this. What are you discussing that someone wants? I think at the mention of the magic skeleton, because that's where the Hard Eater's exaltation is contained to if it fails to jump bodies. And Lythander probably notes this through Archive My Mentality and his bit of exposition monologue. You see that a projection perks up at this. Inside the bones, you say?
Right. Exactly right.
She wants to debone the Hard Eater.
You know what? That would actually work.
Chicken's brother. All right. So, is that the answer?
Archive My Mentality. That works right up until an unexalted human touches the bones, at which case they become the new Hard Eater.
Well, if we can...
Wow.
As long as we can keep the bones isolated from any form of life, there should be...
Oh, wait! I have an idea.
There should be a method.
So, you see, I have this ring.
Yes, the Gavel.
Yes, we'll use the Gavel and put the bones in there. I'll bet.
Amir actually scratches at the stubble on his face. How safe is it?
So, you see, if I go in there, put it in a lot of acid, so that the bones eventually disintegrate, even if I bring in a non-exalt, they shouldn't touch it.
That could work.
Okay, fourth question. Again, this is a pretty strong one. What grudge is being hidden?
The grudge still being hidden that you could tell is you could see via glances over. Amir still does not like you. And to answer the flavor of that question, I'll reveal exactly what he was being specific towards. It wasn't the Golden Hawk restaurant specifically, so much as the fact that you owned and operated big restaurant and finance chains, period.
Right. That makes sense. I guess somebody from...
Oh, you go ahead.
Defending the interests of the common man would have a problem with just seeing Colonel Sanders marching into their, place of business.
Yeah, Amir is absolutely the person to have the silence brand image macro.
Fair enough. I ain't no brand ambassador, though. That's what you gotta know. And then finally, do the character and I share a virtue? Or actually,
what are you?
Do the character and I share an intimacy?
Read out your intimacies to me quickly.
So let me ask you about this. I have an intimacy of respect to Gavel. I have an what?
Oh, sorry. Neither of them know who they are.
Right. I have an an intimacy of how do I put this? Again, I have an intimacy of hope toward Lythander.
Yes.
Intimacy of friendship, rather.
No, we don't have a friendship. I'm sorry.
Intimacies can be one-sided.
That's
Fine,
fair.
we have a very good friendship.
I have an intimacy of intrigue toward Sky Sundering Shadow. I have an intimacy of, how do I say this? Camaraderie with Nue. I have an intimacy of hate toward the Heart Eater.
Now, in regards to those, are all ties. What about principles?
In terms of principles,
So if you look at your virtues and intimacies right next to the intimacy, it will be a type, either a
Right.
principle or a tie.
Here's one. I have a intimacy states, I'm not a leader. That's a principle. I have an intimacy that states, I'd rather talk than fight if possible. And I have a intimacy of preserving the sanctity of life whenever possible. All right, I think that'll do for my question. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the same thing. Anyway.
A what?
Yeah, I think that'll do it for all the questions. That was like 5 questions, right? All right, no
Yes,
further,
it is.
Addendums. Oh man, this charm is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It just says, if the total number of successes exceeds the number of available questions, the player may improvise additional questions in the spirit of this charm.
That is wild.
All right. Understood.
Gavel is going to investigate the mysterious weirdness going down the sewer hole. Well, shit.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 easy, Amir. That's our boss.
Ymir, this is another one of our compatriots who, again, I have no idea how they follow me. I don't have a tracking device on me, I swear.
You don't, but, considering there's an open grate
I
just
closed
above
it.
us, expelling what appears to be weird magical energy, it would be hard for someone not to find this place. Also, it seems this is where you two have been this whole time. I was wondering why it was taking you two so long.
We're dealing with some potential allies? We'll call them allies for now.
Not a reassuring
Look, we share a
response,
common
but
enemy.
sure.
That's what, in the economy, that's what you need to know.
Bonds like this, like that, usually don't last, but for right
Yeah,
now,
we'll take
sure,
what we
we'll
can
go
get,
with it.
really. But yeah, indeed.
That is.
Indeed. Anyway, what do you suggest? What exactly is it that we can do to help? All right. Amir, this is our boss. Her name is Gavel. She is an infernal. She is, don't worry about it. She's great.
Don't
She's
go
light.
into the details.
She's,
Aura.
She hates corrupt leaders like you. You guys have a lot in common, actually.
Gavel's going to raise an eyebrow at the scene that is being
well,
displayed in front
you
of her.
see, she, Lythander, help me out here.
I don't know.
Come on, man, I'm dying out here.
I am too, I'm sorry.
All you gotta know is that she's cool, and that she's on the level, and that she's got the best interest of the defeat the Heart Eater operation in mind. That's what you gotta know. Also, she can punch fire. It's cool. It's pretty cool.
That is fine. That is 2 successes from Lythander.
Oh man, let me see if I can save the day here. I don't think I can, but I'll give it my best. Mama. Alright, that's 3 successes for me.
3 successes.
Yes.
Am I allowed to roll? Okay. Do you want a specific attribute?
Oh, force presence. I thought it was
Force,
finesse.
okay.
Okay, sheesh. In that case, the roll becomes much, much better. Yes. Uh-huh.
Well, actually, I have to do it to this, but...
Gavel does it too. Gavel does it better, I think. Goodbye.
No!
Duh.
Yep.
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
Thank goodness sakes.
Oh, nuts. This is
Okay, I'm hitting the button again.
becoming
There's
dangerous.
5 fucking dropouts in this recording alone.
We just need
need
to get through this
Perhaps a little
scene.
more. Thank God we're not doing the boss fight tonight. I planned for social intrigue and war ventures, and that's what we'll be doing instead to get to there.
Okay, alright.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so I think Gavel, you recognize the sun knife he has in his hand as the same knife that Righteous Knife's ghost was holding. This is Righteous Knife's current incarnation.
I see. Oh, I see what's going on here. I'd recognize that knife anywhere. Gavel's gonna point to the knife and
For reference, this
in
is
Amir's
Glorious
hand.
Solar Arsenal.
I imagined.
When you an infernal would imply, I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it has some connection to hell.
I'll let you guess that if you want. I'm not going to go into details here.
And she be trusted.
Yes. I trust her with my life.
Let me let me expand. Lythander, can she be trusted?
Well, let's see, can she be trusted?
Yes.
Gavel's just gonna look at all of you.
Can she be trusted?
Rather
DM?
at
Making your character's decisions for you.
I'm asking if I found her trustworthy in a past life.
Generally speaking, yeah, aside from the weird religious crusades.
No.
Did you bring her here?
Oh, wait, you're talking about Gavel. Oh, yes, no, I do trust her. I trust her as far as I can throw her, which is actually quite far.
Go ahead then, throw her. Let's see how trustworthy she is.
Gavel's not gonna respond.
Amir just puts that down.
is
Is
going
going
to
just look at it, look at them and say, well, you see, that was when I was like a gorilla with 5,000 plus strength.
Oh, go ahead, throw her, and let's see if we can trust her.
Lythander, if you touch me, I'm going to.
That doesn't sound very trustworthy to me.
Oh no, you guys can definitely trust her. She is the leader of an army and is actually very integral to our plans to take down the Heart Eater, a demon, and an army. And the economy.
I will go along with
she
this.
Also hates. She hates gods, so she is definitely trustworthy.
You really should have opened with that. Don't bury the lead.
Okay. Yeah, about her hating gods.
I still do want to see you try and throw her, though.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to pick up.
Please make a force plus physique check.
Gavel is not going to be a part of
make
this.
a finesse plus athletics roll.
Oh, great! I have 0 in
Force
that.
plus
All right.
physique.
And finesse plus athletics. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, that's
5.
more than I have. 3.
Or no, technically with my thing, it would be this. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's 3 successes. All right, I just need to do a little better.
That's a
No,
botch.
that's 0 successes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Lythander just quickly picks you up and chucks you.
We cut to a wide establishing shot of the city of Champoor as Gavel sails through the sky.
Oh my goodness. Gavel will be screaming all the way up and all the way down.
Let me
to
roll
die.
1d10 to see where you land. High is good, low is bad.
What?
Oh,
Why does this
Oh,
always
boy.
happen?
7. Okay, so decent.
land safely
place.
in the ocean.
Okay.
To break your fall.
Thank goodness. Gavel is going to rise half of her head above the ocean, and just camera view a little bit out. You just see bubbles.
Like the
sort
time
of
when Vegeta got
forming
shoved into the
around
ocean by
her.
Trunks.
Yep, pretty much. Gavel's just going to grumble as she swims to shore and presumably back to the
I
location.
mean, it's about a 20-minute walk from where you landed, so in the meantime...
Yep.
Alright,
See? Very trustworthy.
I suppose so. Anyways... in regards to the current...
I'm going to die, so I'm leaving now. Lythander turns into a bird and perches on the shoulder.
Anyway, again, we are more than happy to be of assistance here. Anything we can do, you know where to find us.
I will go make my usual rounds, and... Projectionist, as your sprite. Yeah, I'll have an unfailable messenger.
Alright. And, let me see here. What else is
Hey, Gavel, as you're in the ocean, make a quick, awareness plus force roll. Wayward Divinity Oversight's, the only reason why you're allowed to make this roll.
2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6, 7. Please be kind and full of grace. 5 successes. Thank goodness.
As you start swimming in the ocean and start headed back towards the city, you see several, like a quarter of a mile away, visible only because of his size, is the Kraken Reflection God.
Oh, awesome.
Something is wrong. He is frozen in place, and instead of any kind of normal divine glow, he is glowing a sickly white.
Aw.
The Heart Eater has pawned the Lunar Reflection God.
Oh, no. Hold on. Okay.
Exalts are immune.
Notes real
Spirits
quick.
created by Exalts are not.
Uh-oh. All right.
So perhaps a blessing in disguise that you found
no.
this out early via being yeeted.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, what happened?
What's it? 100 Venom Stinger got
No, 100 Venom Stinger's Reflection God.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Let me reiterate that.
The thing that was
No,
ran
but
away.
yeah, is now
Yeah, but
yeah, is now part of now one with the Heart Eater.
only Gavel knows that. Meanwhile, the rest of you guys are having a nice goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so yeah, Amir's gonna make his usual rounds around the city, doing Batman-esque combos on people, and inflicting people with diseases / maybe death via the White Veil Sleepy Sickness to help clean up the city, and you guys are gonna do some searching on your own, I guess. Unless you have any, you guys probably, between Bureau Breaking Method and a lot of other stuff, you can probably find numerous ways to look for the Heart Eater, but for now, let's have you guys
This reminds me, right? Were we able to establish that Amir is on the level about only targeting, like, bad people with the disease that makes you die style?
That depends on what your definition of bad people is.
Probably should have gotten into that.
Amir's not necessarily the biggest quote-unquote villain in this campaign, but...
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to Amir later.
He might be a future boss fight.
I don't like where this is going. Anyway, we meet back up with Gavel.
Let's see. Is there, just out of curiosity, is there any technical way to build power? By chance?
No, power is a mechanical representation of the momentum and advantages you have in a fight.
Okay, because I wanted to see if I could do something funny, but we will save that for a different time.
Probably going to go into the first stages of the war venture here. So let me scroll up to that as you guys debrief on what the fuck Gavel just saw.
Yeah, Gavel, upon seeing Lythander and Aura again, is going to shoot daggers at Lythander.
Yes. Tweet, tweet.
You... Fuck it, we'll deal with that later.
Tweet.
No. We got a more important issue now. The Heart Eater has another pawn.
Says the bird. Some birds can talk.
What do you mean?
So, 100 Venom Stinger's reflection personnel. It seems I caught a quick glimpse of them as I was swimming back to shore.
You're welcome, I guess.
And it appears they are now a part of the Heart Eater's little group. So now we have that to deal with.
So that was a good idea that I sent you flying.
No. No, it was not.
I mean, it gave us some information.
Gavel's gonna be cracking her knuckles.
I offer my arm.
Guess we can't put it off any longer. We gotta deal with...
I offer my wing. Just break it cleanly.
Guess we can't put it off any longer. If he's gotten to the reflection god, that's a good chance that he's already gotten to the entire 100 Venom Stinger's entire army. We gotta...
That's the real nature of this war venture.
We gotta deal with it now.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy commander decided not to show up, so someone else hijacked his army while he was away.
Alright.
It cards on the table, 100 Venom Stinger's not involved in this arc at all, personally.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, auto-battling your war is a giant fucking mistake. Because of shit like this.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, wait, what?
Us auto-battling was a bad idea?
Yes.
No, his auto-battling was a bad
he left
idea.
the default
Yeah.
tactics chip on, and
It's fucked him
Just
over.
kind of just went AFK.
He's currently the man with the pizza boxes walking into the apartment on fire.
With a hole cut in it. Got it.
The economy isn't necessarily a great military commander. He only has a war rating of about 3 compared to Gavel's 4 in terms of character stats.
Let's go.
So this is going to be the war rating +1, so this is going to be a 5-step venture. As you are walking around the city, though, and meeting together, for a split second you see several other people in the city, just passers-by running to and fro shelter. Flash white as well. There are pawns in the city as well.
Oh, no.
Hence why I opened with the John Wick quotation. Remember the ending of John Wick 2?
Sure do. All right.
That's happening with you guys.
Here we go. We're the bounty. All right.
And, hey, one of their faces even peels back. Like, a person, just a random, like, street vendor, looks at the three of you, and their entire face peels back to reveal the Heart Eater's face leering at you. Chills, that's a good time to post the art.
Oh, yes, let's see it.
He is actually using one of the Heart Eater charts for this to physically peel back Apon's face and reveal his own to fuck with you.
Oh, goodness.
Under the Skin revelation. He's doing this as his war roll for the scene. Getting double 9s and ignoring the penalty for multiple targets.
So
yeah,
awesome.
For this guy, I made sure to Rex had a different idea in mind, but the concept of the Heart Eater reminded me of Hobbes' Leviathan to such an extent that I wanted to, like, capture that in his design. So I decided to give him, like, this weird, uncanny face with a big, like, with these, he's blind, and he's got, like, a weird, like, sweater made of souls.
Soul wetter.
Yes.
Cenobite looking ass.
No, you already
also
fought Cenobite.
And also
Yeah,
his big crown.
That's true.
His big Aurora crown, so to speak.
That's his anima display. That's his cast mark equivalent. So you see that peeling back to look
By the way,
at you from a hot dog
how I
vendor.
picture the Heart Eater, he docks like you know how the Batman who laughs doesn't act like his face is permanently like affixed in a smile, so he doesn't actually move his mouth to talk that much. That's how I pictured this guy talking.
In his war form, maybe, but in normal, when he's not hulking out,
Okay.
he talks like a normal. And he's not hulking out right now. His face is moving normally as he is doing the demoralize tactic against you guys for his strategy roll.
So first of all,
You're never going to be able to find my core body. I know what you're trying to do, and you're already too late. That's what you do for getting the fucking Yushan busybody first over me. I've already won this war. There's no point in trying to fight further.
First of all, I'm going to commit a vote for the scene for Sun King Radiance.
Oh! That is 9 successes. Or wait, are 9s counted as
9's double on this!
Yeah, here we go. Alright, so that is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 successes.
On this demoralized venture.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, fuck you. Spirit maintaining maneuver.
Oh!
I don't give a damn how many successes you got. It's fucking failing. I may only be able to use it once per session, but I'm not fucking wasting an auto fail when you're gonna double 9s and get like, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 successes.
Tell me how you, as the entire courtyard around you leers at you with this one man's face, what do you say to him?
154 years. We've been stuck here on this goddamn place, trying to fix the mistakes of 154 years ago. So many people just throwing their lives away, trying to get by, making everything from nothing, giving it all they got. Someone like you has no right, I'd stand where we belong in this war. I'll take you down. I'll give it everything I've got. And then I get how much? Let me check. 2 power.
That perfectly
2 power, 1 anima and will.
That counters his demoralized stratagem.
Oh my goodness.
So that happens, and as you say this, your eclipse mark flares up, and His face seems to shift towards one of just smarmy contempt to a mix of what appears to be pity. You're throwing away your birthright, my friend. You're the one who established these fabulous industries that I've tapped into. And you're just throwing it all away?
People like us.
I don't understand
People like
you.
us aren't needed in a better world.
People like us build the better world, dear.
Maybe for us, but not for everybody. That's the problem. And that's why this damn cycle never ends.
It seems like you're not easily cowed by this, he says as the entire crowd is glaring down at you and making this speech in stereo. When I crush your feeble hearts, it will be with 10,000 hands. When I stare down at you with hateful eyes, it will be with 20,000 eyes, and so on and so forth. I may not be able to take control of you, but, well, I'm already well on the way of sacking this city and getting everyone in here under my thrall. That dipshit Lunar was so easy to trick into doing this. Or maybe he wasn't tricked, or maybe he just legitimately didn't care what happened to his men. A distinction without a difference, in my case.
Well?
Gavel was your name, I believe. What are you going to do? It's your army who's going to be pitted up against this. Those turnip farmers stand no chance against a hardened army of jellyfish men I acquired.
Oh, trust me. I have a lot more tricks up my sleeve than you might think. I'm going to relish every moment, every second of killing you.
Assuming you could find me. And I already have the crown jewel. He really should have come himself rather than sending his reflection.
To that we can agree.
Well, I suppose this display of the might of Aurora himself doesn't dazzle you, then I will continue in the background.
Only you would find pride in talking down an employee with one foot in the door into quitting. Although I suppose you never were one to count every pawn before you started a play.
Hey, Lythander, how do you feel about Curse-Shattering Strike?
Mark my words.
I am going to punch every one of them.
There's about 5. Now I will ask. It's 2 per target, so there's about 5 people. This would be your entire moat pool.
Sure.
Okay then.
Not quite.
Yeah, he's only over. Well, you know what? Let's say that it only works once, and then he realizes, oh shit, that magic again! No, 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 no! His composure just completely collapses when he remembers that Lythander is the one who can break the mind control.
What do I roll?
Force plus sagacity.
Please. 3 successes.
That's enough. Essence
Do I have
3.
to
Thank
roll for
goodness.
each one, or...
No, after the first one, he's cutting the connection.
The connection to everybody?
Although, cutting... yep, the connection to all of them, and...
Does that only use 2 motes,
hey-
then?
It does, but Lythander, I'm gonna need you to roll a Force plus Athletics to see how many curses you could break in time before it goes
Right.
off.
Force plus athletics.
Those are no good stats for a mage.
4.
Hey, you actually did it. You actually did
4
better than the other one.
successes.
Anyone else can also make the same roll to bring them to Lythander before what's about to happen happens, because you see the pawn start to shake violently.
I got some athletics. Let me try something here.
You get the instinction that these guys are about to explode.
All right, 4 more.
4 successes.
4 successes is enough. Aura, you realize what this guy's about to do. He's turned them into walking fire dust bombs. And Lythander, I could let you spend another 2 motes to just break them all with 1 punch as Aura is lining them up. Actually, you know what? You don't need to even spend the extra motes. You already spend it to activate it in the scene. I don't want to nickel and dime you. What do you guys do for your step of the war venture?
Well, he's commanding the army directly from the epicenter of the place. I don't know how well he can command multiple vessels from that far distance. Because I don't know how his powers work. But he seemed to be able to cut the connection fairly easily. My estimation would just be to start dealing with the crown jewels, so to speak. I'm gonna try and get his big guy, the same way I did when he was employed to me on.
This sounds like a call to dual war action. So, attribute plus integrity or presence.
Ooh, integrity. I like the sound of that.
Please.
Do I have something for that? Do I have, yes, I do have excellency integrity. How did you know? 8 plus
Let's
5,
go.
that's 13. All right, that's 6.
6 successes.
Okay, how do you send notice to the Kraken?
Same way I sent notice to Gavel.
A googly eye and a
But
rock
throwing
with
it this
googly
time.
eyes.
Yes, I'll throw a big one this time.
Rock goes sailing and soaring through the sky, and the Kraken begins to loom forward on the horizon.
Yep.
Now, my question is, are you requesting to fight the Heart Eater or just the Stinger Kraken?
The Heart Eater.
Well, he's going to be possessing him regardless, so...
Couldn't help but
Okay.
wander into another bad job, huh, buddy? Talking to the Kraken god in this case.
You're talking about I signed that contract of my own will.
Yeah, that's the problem. Your standards are way too low. It could be
The economy's power is the power over commerce itself. It's inevitable that he will take control of Yushan and creation. Beyond that, I just joined on the winning team. It's what my master would have wanted.
buddy.
Power is everything, and the dollar's the greatest
Hell,
power
buddy,
of all.
if we could subsist on dollar alone, this would be a much simpler world. But it ain't so simple, and you're not getting the whole story. But that's okay. Just call me HR, because I'm going to clear this shit up.
So, this is gonna probably... We'll have a closing scene, but the next session will be the boss fight against the Reflection God as puppeteered by the Heart Eater.
Oh boy.
Remember the fight against the Ronte, the chain dude who was the mini-boss? This is gonna be much tougher than that.
Oh, okay.
The god, after all.
Yeah, true.
God of a ballooner who's roughly as powerful as you guys are. And he has some of that tricks.
I see.
Is there anything, other preparations you'd like to do as we're closing off? To either prepare for the coming battle or contribute to war stuff of your own? Send a message back towards the fleet, maybe, with Nue?
Well, guys, do you?
We should probably send a message to Nue.
It's at this point you get a report back from Liza, carried to you through the air. The air just starts talking to you.
Oh, great.
There's a giant white light show on the horizon. I'm assuming that was connected to the bastard you're looking for. You could send a response back with this, by the way. It's a custom jade dust I threw in the air that travels to and fro. You could send a response back of a minute or less.
Okay.
In character pause, I'm assuming you're...
I'm trying to think. So what should we say to Nue exactly?
Because you did see Liza. Liza can just straight up fly, so...
Yeah.
At some point while you were swimming back, you did see her fly back to the fleet.
I think it would probably just be giving giving her an update. It's like, hey, gotta deal with
Tell
the
her
reflection god.
we're at the west side port, so maybe come in preparing to fight close to water, or something like that. Something smart sounding like that.
Okay. We are going to end off with a bit of a scene shift as a man is sitting in a cave on the coast, some miles away. We see a shifting lunar cast mark on his forehead as he is using magic to shift his gaze far towards the horizon. That appears to be unfortunate. They've seized my army. And he just returns to his lunch. The figure sitting aside him in the rest of this cave cocks their head incredulously. We as the audience can't quite see what they look like. You lost an entire fucking army. You're not concerned about that? The port wasn't sending a force to sack the city in the first place. After all, I have my forces there, and anyone they sting, I get their shape. And that, well, I have a few different objectives there, but that's what I personally want, and it's gonna get me cred with the Vanguard, too. Yes, that reminds me, the message came with them. They have delivered it. Puts down his food, and 100 Venom Stinger looks at the camera. Well, this became a very good day, and all of a sudden now didn't it? Let's go collect the frame. For one for tonight.
Makes sense.
Oh my goodness.
There were so many tech difficulties with that recording.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hitting the stop
Good
button
call.
in a moment.
Same.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy Crew are proud to bring you ongoing AP projects. If you like this show, you might also enjoy Tomb of the Red Giant, our JoJo's Bizarre Adventure AP also on the same channel. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed this, feel free to drop a like or comment, or even hit us up in the share buttons down below. Word of mouth is the only way that actual plays survive by, and we here at the Action Economy Crew are excited to bring you even more great stories now, next week, and 2 weeks from now on the next episode of FateBreakers. Catch you then.